Doctor Who fans, and welcome to Who Universe News. As we're catching up with some of the, we're catching up with 4 weeks worth of news stories, particularly with the fact that we've been hearing some updates about the 2025 series. The fact that, we found out recently that Shooty Gatwa had been filming with his new companion, Valdez Sefer, who obviously appears who had recently appeared in a Star Wars series last summer and also appeared in many films. She recently was spotted on set with Shooty recently, and yeah, she's been sort of labeled as the new companion ever since she appeared on set not so long ago. So yeah, even though she hasn't been officially announced as the new companion, she has been spotted on set, and BBC have yet to actually acknowledge that she's the new companion. I would imagine she will be very, very soon. But on top of that, Russell T Davies did, and also the fact that we've been hearing about the talks of Billy Gibson potentially leaving after the 2025 series. She's been filming bits and bobs throughout the last few weeks. She's been filming like little bits here and there. Whilst Shooty's working with his new with the new actress who's going to be working with his new companion for the rest of the series, who he's going to be traveling with as the 50th Doctor during the next series. And then on top of that, um, in terms of how many episodes they've filmed so far, they filmed episodes 1 and 4. They've roughly got those filmings done, pretty much. And then obviously they're starting to they began work with episodes 2 and 3 recently, and now they're starting to prepare for episode 5 and 6. They've done read-throughs for it, so it looks like they're getting ready to work on those episodes. And then the last block, obviously, block 6, which is going to contain episodes 7 and 8. Davis did say that episode 7 is sitting waiting, and then Russell is also working on the 8th episode script. He hasn't written it yet, but he is going to be writing it very, very soon, meaning that they should be done with the series by the summer. If that's any indication, that probably by the sometime as we enter the summer, they may be done filming the next year's series. And then he also goes on to talk about the fact that they've already edited episode 4. It's complete, and they're getting the rest of the series done, ready for transmission in May, which obviously will be season 1. And they've also done a little bit of editing for the Christmas special, which has got its own block, and they've already started a little bit of it. Recently, they're going to be doing more of that later in the year after they finish editing the 2024 series, obviously this year's series, and got that ready out the door, ready for May, which is the reason why they're taking their time with this year's Christmas special edited. But nevertheless, all this information came from the 600th issue of Doctor Who magazine, which they're having a big celebration, celebrating, like I said, 600 editions of Doctor Who magazine. They've even did a photo here with all the issues in the new TARDIS console room, which is really cool. It just goes to show how much Doctor Who magazine has still lived on despite the troubles that magazines have in terms of selling, due to obviously cost of living and obviously prices going up. But luckily, Doctor Magazine still is consistent despite all those issues. But yeah, so they're pretty much the latest we've heard about the series regarding from Russell. At least gives us a little bit of an insight of what to expect from the next year's series, which is really good. On top of that, we did get some new merchandise recently. In particular, we did get a Doctor Who magazine special, the 2024 yearbook, that's finally got a release recently. Also, there's a Doctor Who collection season 15 that's going to be releasing next month, which is going to contain with the horror fan rock, Visible Enemy, Image of the Fendel, Sunmakers, Underworld, and the Invasion of Time. Obviously, all episodes featuring Leela as the companion, going to all be featured as part of this set that's going to be coming out. It comes out specifically on the 12th of March. No, 18th of March, actually. I was pretty close, though. But yeah, 18th of March, 2024 is when you're going to be able to get your hands on the next Tom Baker Doctor Who The Collection set for those who want to add that to their collections, yes, it is coming. And then on top of that, we did also get a new figure set from Character Options. They finally brought out a fugitive Doctor and TARDIS to celebrate Joe Martin's Joe Martin as obviously the fugitive Doctor with her own TARDIS, which looks very identical to Tom Baker's TARDIS, as you probably have noticed. And it's really nice to see that Joe Martin finally has her Doctor as a action figure now. To add alongside the other existing Doctors, and obviously the only Doctor who is yet to have a figure in the Doctor Who figure range is, of course, Ncuti Gatwa, who hopefully will get a figure for him later this year. Fingers crossed, because I think a lot of us are hoping for him to get a figure later this year, considering considering the fact that he's going to need to have some action figures eventually this year. And then we've also saw recently that the Doctor Who annuals just got a pre-orders up ready for a release in October, because yes, this year's Doctor Who annual is going to be dropping around that time. It's going to be dropping 15th of October, and we can obviously expect Ncuti Gatwa to be on the cover for this year's issue when it releases in October. And then, of course, there's going to be a 15 Doctors, 15 Stories, which is going to be Ncuti Gatwa's first proper hardback involvement since he took over the show. So yes, this will be a brand new story featuring his Doctor in this book that's going to be releasing on the 9th of July. So yes, the 9th of July, you'll be able to get the first hardback featuring Ncuti Gatwa as the 15th Doctor, which is going to be nice to have him featured in a hardback in his own adventure for the hardback lovers. So that'll be something to look forward to following the following the new series. And then, of course, on top of that, we can't forget the fact that the Church on Ruby Road is getting a release very, very soon. Of course, the Church on Ruby Road gets its DVD Blu-ray release next week, the 12th of Feb. And of course, in terms of the special features, they haven't really talked much about the bonus features. I would imagine it's going to be mostly behind the scenes stuff, as they usually do with Doctor Who releases. But yes, for those who have been wondering what the cover looks like, this is what the cover art looks like for the Church on Ruby Road, featuring that great picture of Ncuti Gatwa and those Gallifreyan nails that he painted on for the promo shot, which was really, yes, it's never made its way on screen for some reason. I don't know why, but nevertheless, we do have these images on the back of the cover, which shows Billy Gibson, obviously the goblins, and obviously Ncuti dancing, Davina McCall, to name a few of the stars who were featured in that episode. That yes, this is the first DVD to feature Ncuti Gatwa as the 15th Doctor, and you'll be able to own it from Monday if you want to get your hands on Ncuti's first Doctor Who DVD release. That's going to be coming next week, which is going to be your first chance to own his first Doctor Who DVD release or Blu-ray release, if you're looking to get your hands on this story before his debut series gets an official DVD and Blu-ray release, hopefully sooner rather than late. Hopefully, obviously, sometime in the summer following the series' broadcast. But yeah, apart from that, really, there isn't really much else to discuss regarding Doctor Who. But mind you, though, I will acknowledge the Children in Need have finally released their merchandise, including the red noses, if you want to get your hands on them. There'll be a link in the description to the the Comic Relief Amazon page, where they've got all the merch ready for this year. It goes out on Friday the 15th. And obviously we can expect David Tennant to probably return to Comic Relief this year to do the hosting duties once again, as he loves being a part of that charity every year now. So I would definitely expect David Tennant to be on our screens on the 15th of March to do the charity run, to do the run for Comic Relief this year, as of course, he loves the charity and he's going to be heavily involved with that project this next month. So don't be surprised if we see a bit of David Tennant next month on your screens, considering this is the charity that David Tennant loves to host every March. Chances are we're probably going to see him on our screens soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll get you all when there's more Doctor Who news to share soon. So see you then.